Does Chef Bob put on a show or fall flat on his face? Find out in my review of the episode Chef Bob right now. Hello beautiful people, my name is RidersDX and welcome to my channel where I cover all sorts of things Sonic and Spongebob related. Before I get into this video, I'm just gonna highlight this comment from my last video about Nickelodeon kart racers, where Dylan George broke the news to me and like everyone else watching the video that Squid would not be a playable character in the game. I mean, it's really sad, but I definitely didn't catch that, so thanks Dylan for catching that. Anyway, in this video we're going to be talking a little bit about the new SpongeBob episode that came out a couple weeks ago called Chef Bob, which got a lot of attention from some fans in particular, so I want to kind of sit down and give a quick little take about what I thought about this episode. So what I'm going to do is briefly describe what happens in the episode, then I'll give my general thoughts about it, and then I'll go down lists of things I want to highlight, my favorite picture from the episode, my favorite line from the episode, and then my least favorite picture and my least favorite line from the episode. But before we go on, please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to my channel if you like videos like these, you want to see more in the future. I want to cover SpongeBob's TV episodes a little bit more, so you'll see more videos like this where I try to tweak it and try to make it content that you all would want to watch more. So just let me know in the comment section below if you like it or not. And also you can go ahead and follow me on Twitter and also join my Discord server. Links will be in the description below. But let's get into this episode. The premise is pretty simple, although kind of different and a little bit unique in terms of like typical storylines that you see in SpongeBob. So basically, we start off the episode with the customers watching at Squidward Station, SpongeBob cooking in the kitchen. When he cooks in the Krusty Krab, he really does put on a show. Mr. Krabs notices this, and he's obviously very taken aback because they're not spending money, but then he sees like how SpongeBob is putting on a show and decides to make the restaurant an open kitchen so people can watch SpongeBob cook as he serves them their food. Although SpongeBob notices that this is happening and gets stage fright almost immediately, I mean even with the broom closet, dressing room that he got, he still feels very nervous, and he's definitely someone that's not made for the stage, which is actually kind of surprising because SpongeBob has definitely shown in the past that he's not afraid of the stage. So of course, when SpongeBob's trying to cook with everyone staring at him, he obviously messes up, and like we haven't seen a combination this bad since like that episode where SpongeBob forgot how to make the Krabby Patty. And funny enough, Bubble Bass is also in this episode. But this Bubble Bass seems different because like this Bubble Bass actually likes watching SpongeBob and actually admires SpongeBob and has like no lines, and also his face just looks nicer. So is this really Bubble Bass, or is this like his really weird twin? Like, I don't know. I don't think this is Bubble Bass. He doesn't have the presence of Bubble Bass. SpongeBob comes up with an idea in the last minute and he creates his little puppet called Chef Bob, who totally wins the crowd over. You know, he has a really charismatic personality and he cooks really well, and he even has a really great singing voice. So Mr. Krabs is definitely swimming in the money. As Chef Bob keeps working at the Krusty Krab and keeps putting on the shows, Chef Bob starts to develop his own personality that's different and distinct from SpongeBob, which is a little bit strange because SpongeBob is the one controlling him. But Chef Bob somehow develops like his own voice, his own personality, and starts actually cracking jokes and insulting people in the restaurant, including Squidward. And SpongeBob is a little bit taken aback by it. And I was a little bit taken aback by it too, but then I remember that like SpongeBob created Bubble Buddy, so this actually is not really a new idea for SpongeBob. SpongeBob can create so many things. He's just, I guess, like a wizard or something. Maybe he goes to Hogwarts, I don't know. Something that Nickelodeon will never explain. But as Mr. Krabs is talking to SpongeBob in his dressing room, Chef Bob demands that he takes Mr. Krabs' room for the dressing room because he thinks that the room that they have right now is too small, which is obviously true because it's just a fucking like broom closet. Like, of course it's too small. And Chef Bob actually like threatens and like puts Mr. Krabs in his place, and he gets what he wants. SpongeBob is really starting to grow concerned over Chef Bob's distinct personality, and they actually start getting into arguments, and before you know it, like right on the stage, SpongeBob has had enough of Chef Bob and they publicly fight in front of the whole Krusty Krab. It's a little bit weird seeing SpongeBob fight with his hand, but we've seen weirder things on the show, so no, it's really nothing that unusual if you think about it. Of course, the fight ends in everyone leaving the restaurant, kind of typical for like all these really new different schemes that Mr. Krabs tries at the Krusty Krab. In a really funny bit actually, Mr. Krabs and Squidward use their own puppets to kick Chef Bob out of the restaurant, and then we end the episode, well seemingly end the episode with SpongeBob complaining about his robbing hand. But of course we have one little twist at the end when Squidward finds on TV that Chef Bob has actually come back and is starring in his own show on television. SpongeBob, Squidward, and Mr. Krabs are obviously very spooked by this, and that is the end of the episode. Okay, so I gotta say that I really liked this episode. I really liked it, and I think the big reason that I liked it was because of Chef Bob. I loved Chef Bob's personality. I loved how even though he was technically SpongeBob, he's almost like the complete antithesis of SpongeBob. You know, it's almost like Sonic and Shadow, SpongeBob and his like evil-ish twin. And I know Doodle Bob is more appropriate for that title, but I think Chef Bob would give Doodle Bob a run for his money. I loved Chef Bob. I love his really sassy personality in this episode, and I loved all the jokes that like Chef Bob told in this episode. So Chef Bob was just the star of this episode. He really made it come alive, and I liked seeing the creators still try to introduce new characters every now and then, even if it's something kind of weird like this. I mean, it's not really like a full new character, but he has his own personality, he has his own traits, you know, he's a new character. He really is, and I think it would be so cool to see him come back in future episodes. Although the SpongeBob crew typically likes to just introduce these new characters and just never see them again. I mean, the only time that they've had like new characters like stay in the show is if they have really high online support. Like you've seen like Fred, for example, the My Leg guy. If that didn't become a meme, we would never see that guy come back. We would have never seen like him get his own episode.
Bring 2 legs! My leg! Shut up, Fred!
It really depends like how much online support Chef Bob has, but I throw all my support towards it. I think Chef Bob is amazing. I'd love to see him come back and haunt the Krusty Krab forever. Okay, so let's go do my quick list of things from the episode. My favorite line from the episode is when Squidward says,
"You people are proof that evolution can go in reverse!"
I love that. That was hilarious, you know? It's a totally Squidward thing to say. Although I will say that a very close second to my favorite line was this insult that Chef Bob made towards SpongeBob near the end of the episode.
Get a load of him, folks! He must have been born on a highway because that's where most accidents happen!
My favorite picture from this episode was when SpongeBob was trying to cook in front of everyone as himself, and he had this really like nervous look on his face. Part of what makes this like really funny is that like there's a guy that says,
That's just wrong!
I could totally see that being like the next major SpongeBob meme. Just saying. My least favorite picture is of SpongeBob's hand after he's been fighting with Chef Bob. I mean, that thing just looks gross. I'm sorry. Like, it looks absolutely disgusting. I don't think they should have animated it like that. But okay everyone, that's it for this video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to my channel if you like videos like these, you want to see more in the future. Let me know what episode you want me to cover next in the comment section below, and I'll go ahead and get started on that. But yep, RidersDX is out. Bye bye.